Most people don't ruin their lives in one big mistake. They ruin it quietly. They say, I'll handle it later. They say tomorrow will be better. They say there's no rush, and somehow years pass. In a quiet town there lived a young man named Ethan. Ethan wasn't lazy in the way people imagine. He had plans, big ones. He talked about them often. But every important thing in his life always started. Tomorrow bills were paid late. Applications were half finished. Dreams stayed ideas. People around him moved forward. Ethan stayed exactly where he was, convincing himself he was still on the way. One afternoon, while sitting on a park bench scrolling through his phone, he noticed an older man feeding birds nearby. The man had calm eyes, the kind that had seen too much to be impressed by noise. Ethan didn't know why, but he spoke. I feel stuck, he said. Everyone else is getting ahead. I keep trying, but nothing changes. The old man smiled gently. That's because you keep spending what you can't afford to lose. Ethan frowned. My money. No, the man said. Your chances. Then he told him a story. Years ago, there was a successful businessman who ran a large company. One day he recognized a familiar face outside his office building. It was an old college friend. Back then they had sat in the same classrooms, shared the same dreams. Now one had everything and the other had almost nothing. The businessman invited his friend inside. The friend complained about life, bad luck, unfair people, missed opportunities. The businessman listened quietly. Then he said, here's my offer. Today only, from now until the building closes, you can take anything you want from my private office, contracts, equipment, even cash. Whatever you carry out is yours. The friend's eyes widened. This was it, the break he had been waiting for. But first he thought, I deserve a proper meal. Lunch turned into a long conversation. The conversation turned into coffee. Coffee turned into laughter. There's still plenty of time, he told himself. On the walk back, his phone buzzed. A friend called. Just 5 minutes, he thought. The sun lowered when he finally reached the building. The lights were dim. Security was locking the doors. He ran. Wait, he shouted. I was told. The guard shook his head. Buildings closed. The friend stood there staring at his reflection in the glass. Inside were the offices, the opportunity, the life he had always said he wanted. All gone. Not because someone stopped him, but because he never arrived on time. The old man stopped speaking. Ethan didn't say a word. For the first time he felt something heavy in his chest. Not fear, not motivation. Regret for moments that hadn't even happened yet. The old man stood up and said, most people don't realize what they lost until the doors are already closed. Then he walked away. Ethan sat there long after the sun went down. His phone screen dark. His excuses suddenly loud. That night he didn't make a promise. He didn't feel inspired. He just felt afraid of becoming the man outside the locked doors. And sometimes that feeling changes everything.